Good evening and welcome in here to TSSR Game Time Live as we bring you the IESA Class 8 2A Sectional from West Prairie High School. Glad you're alongside for action here tonight. And I'll be doing the PA stuff too, so I'm going to have to step aside for just a moment, but you'll get to listen in as well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to West Prairie Junior Senior High School for this evening's sectional championship game between the Central Panthers and the West Prairie Cyclones. At this time, gentlemen and ladies, please rise, remove your hats for the honoring of our country by the playing of our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the contestants for tonight's contest. First of all, for the visiting team on the scoreboard wearing the road black uniforms, the 20-3 Camp Point Central Panthers. Starting tonight, number 11, Eli Foss. Number 15, Kale Kremberg. Number 20, Noah Iotz. Number 40, Wes Homan. And number 24, Braxton Kessner. Panthers are coached by Mick Gooding, assisted by Brady Long. And now, the home team on the scoreboard wearing the home white uniforms, the 22-4 West Prairie Cyclones. Number 0, Tyson Carn. Number 2, Holden Copeland. Number 12, Ivan Beck. Number 13, Kason Rogers. And number 15, Gannon Shipman. Cyclones are coached by Jeff Copeland, assisted by Reese Foster. Officials for tonight's game, Tyler Gordon, Devin Raleigh, and Nick Nolan. Good luck to both teams this evening. We would ask fans tonight, squeeze in, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of people to get in there, so squeeze together as we got a lot of people to get in. Thank you. And my other duty there, we'll get that done. And here we go, the Cyclones and the Panthers here tonight. Sectional action right here on TSSR Game Time Live. Glad you're alongside for action here tonight. And jumping it up this evening will be Kessner and Kason Rogers of the Cyclones. Tip is up, controlled by West Prairie, picked up by Hopeland in the corner. They'll set up the offense here, man on man, locked on by the Camp Point Central Panthers. Swing it over to Carnes. Carnes with a hold, finds Copeland on the backdoor cut, lost a handle. Rogers with it to Shipman, up, in, and good for the Cyclones. They're on the board first at 2-0, and they're going to put on a little full court pressure here. Look like diamond and one. Pass stolen by Carnes. throws it away. Taking that one is Holman, and back they'll come. He brings a fast break up in the lane, tosses it up, and it will go over to the Cyclones. Now, technically, folks, that's not a travel, as he did make a valid shot attempt, so that does not count as they travel. Cyclones bring it in. Carnes over in the far corner to Copeland. Now to Beck. Beck picking up his dribble, having to get away from the corner. Out to Copeland, and they'll set it up. It is a 2-0 the lead here for West Prairie. As Carnes holds on the near side wing, lobs down for Rogers. Rogers with a bounce, puts it up, block. Nice job there. Getting up and blocking that is Ielts. And back they will come here. Coming over to the far side as they're running a little high screen action. Now passing over for Panthers. Just continue to probe around a little bit. Kessner with it, lost the handle. Gets it back, swings it back over there for Holman. Holman, couple of dribbles, backs it on out of there. Now we'll work it out the other way, and they'll continue to work clock here. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound pulled down by Carnes. 4:24 mark of the first quarter of play. It is 2-0 in favor of West Prairie. Beck going to set the offense. High 1-4 set. Screen from Rogers going in. Nice cutoff there by Kessner. Passes out to Rogers, and they'll set it up. Carnes going to put it on the bounce. Gets a screen from Shipman. Little confusion. Now they lob it out all the way out top to Copeland. Copeland looking to break down Holman. Drives in on three. Loops it underneath to Shipman. Shipman making a little room. Got it up and in. So far it's Gannon Shipman 4, the Panthers 0. And again, they'll face pressure in the backcourt. Foss coming in the middle to Holman. He's had a 2-on-3. Bobbled and lost it up to Copeland. Has a 2-on-2 there out to Beck. Beck eyes up the three, pulls it down, come to Carnes. He'll take the three. No good, and a great block out there by Ielts. Off in the hands of Holman. Holman trying to get himself out of trouble, extricated himself, and you won't hear many broadcasters use that word. Copeland with a steal, up, in, got the layup and in. 3:20 clock rolling here in this first quarter of play. Cyclones up 6-0. And now Foss goes to work with it. Swings it up, and they'll catch Foss on the run. He'll be fouled on the play. And goodness, the referees keep getting younger. Or I keep getting older, one of the two. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Back here as a 6-0 lead here. Forget about the 12-minute thing. Now you know how computers are. 6-0 the lead. 3:09 left to go here first quarter. They're going to pop out and get it in the hands of Kessner. Kessner bring it back. Holman 3 on the way. Bouncing hard. Rogers high for the board, and Copeland's out of there with it. Working it back around. Give it over for Carnes. Carnes out on the near side trying to bounce for Beck. We've got a bump block and/or foul whistled on Cale Cranberg. Carnes will trigger it in. Neither team made a substitution here so far. And the inbound's looking in. They're going to lob it into Beck. Beck down the lane. Up, no good. Rebound tipped around. And they're going to go over to Central. And let me tell you, folks, there's not much breathing room here in the stands tonight. It is packed. Inbounds comes to Kessner. Kessner puts it on the bounce. Gives it over, swings it out. They'll work it out for Foss. Foss back for Ielts, and he'll come across the timeline and work it over for Foss. Foss for Kessner. Kessner will bounce on the floor. Goes in the lane, goes up. He'll be fouled. Looks to be Rogers on the foul. And indeed, it is Cason Rogers, his first team second. And now up at the free throw line is Braxton Kessner trying to get the Panthers on the board. First one's good. Makes it 6-1. Substitution coming in. We'll get the Cyclone substitution for you in just a second. Kessner, number 2, got it as well. Aiden Lacey checking in for the Cyclones now. And ball tapped out of bounds as the Cyclones try to bring it up. Nice job up there by Homan and Kessner. And Kessner, a name you will hear, have heard years upon years. Cranbergs as well. And the pass stolen away by Kessner, bounced it on the end line. Well, this gym tends to be kind of on the bandbox side of things. As Copeland dribbles, nearly at it gateway, and they've got a foul. And as you can hear, the central contingent not in approval. Shipman with the inbounds to Copeland. Copeland picks up his dribble, in trouble. Bounces for Beck, and Beck gonna pick up a foul on Homan. And that is the third team foul on the Panthers here in this first quarter. 5 gets them to the free throw line. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, clock rolling here, quarter 1. Beck down with it, nearly had it poked away from behind, gives to Copeland. Copeland wheels, deals down to Rogers, but that is picked away by Ielts. And here he'll lead it up the charge up the far side of the court. Cut off by Lacey and Rogers. Now they'll set to work again. Kessner passing over for Homan. Homan giving a look at Copeland. In the lane finds a cutting Foss and makes it 6-4. Shipman with the inbounds. He'll lead the charge up the court for the Cyclones. Gives it over for Beck. Beck going to get a screen from Rogers. Trying to get away from Homan. And they go back into the high 1-4 set as Beck cuts through, looking for the back cut there. Over to Copeland, 1:25 and counting, first quarter. Shipman holds it out top. Couple of bounces and then comes over to Beck. Beck getting a screen from Lacey. Wheels down to the far side, looking at Copeland in the corner. And they're calling out in Lacey. Lacey a spin, tried to bounce for Rogers. Rogers picks it up, puts it in and good. Put the shoulder down and plowed the road. 8-4 lead here for the Cyclones. And they bring it up quickly, driving down the lane, spinning, and trying to get rid of it was Cranberg. Get it off to Kessner, puts it up and in. 8-6 now as Beck breaks ahead of the pack, lost the handle on it, and Homan's got it. Actually, no, that was Foss, and Homan shoots it up. He'll be fouled. And Homan will be at the free throw line. Fouls on Gannon Shipman. And now they'll set Homan at the free throw line, trying to tie this thing up in the early going here. Free throw is good. 41.9 seconds left in this first quarter as Shipman will check out. Tyson Carnes back in for the Cyclones. And going for the tie, he got it. 8-8 tie. First quarter here as we work with 40 seconds left. Cyclones bring it up. Beck nearly trapped at half court and then gets the push foul. And a lot of the Central fans stood up there. I think maybe they were saluting the official. Well, at least they didn't do one kind of salute. 30 seconds counting here. The Cyclones bring it in. Copeland looking to work. Bounces down for Carnes. Carnes right back out to Copeland. Stolen away by Homan, and Copeland will give the personal. That is the fourth on West Prairie in the quarter. First quarter action here, 25 seconds left. Ielts going to bring it into Homan. Plenty of time for the Panthers to work here, and they can take the lead. Been an 8-0 run followed by an 8-0 run, and we'll see if the Panther run can continue. Foss a bounce down, looking for Kestner, swings it. They swing the pass all the way on the outside to Cranberg. Cranberg a bounce, back to Holman, back to Cranberg. 3 up and on the way, no good. And Lacey says, I'm just going to let that go out. Substitution coming in for the Panthers is at number 12, Luke Miller. And now Copeland will bring it in here. Actually, they get it into Beck. Beck holds it above his head to Carnes. Looking to loop it up for Copeland, has it batted away, and he'll stay here. 0.5 seconds left to go. Now the NBA says 0.5 or 0.6 is all you can have there, but we'll see. Basically, chuck and tip. And we've got an illegal screen whistled. They're saying Ivan Beck with the jersey grab. And now we'll see what the Panthers can do. And actually that will be, since it's an offensive foul, will not be shooting. Kestner lobs it, hits the ceiling, and that's the end of one quarter of play. An 8-8 tie. We got a good one brewing here. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And we're back here for the second quarter play. Like I said, folks, as we always tell people, why don't you come on in and our chat. Tell us where you are viewing us from. I know a lot of interested folks around here. We got calls. Glad we could provide you this special presentation of TSSR Game Time Live. Officials getting ready to bring everybody in here. And they'll bring it in the backcourt. We'll get the starting lineups for you in just a moment. As right there with it is Holman, bounces it past Kestner and out of bounds. It is Holman, Kestner, Cranberg, Foss, and Iltz on the floor for the Cyclones. Carnes, Copeland, Beck, Shipman, and Lacey. Carnes with it now, number 0, brings it up to Copeland, made a nice catch. Goes toward the lane, loops it up, missed it. Shipman the rebound, he's got another. He's got 6 in the game tonight. 10-8, the Cyclones take the lead by 1, or by 2 rather. Yeah, I'm a broadcaster, I don't do math. As Cranberg gonna put it on the bounce and brings it over to Kestner. Kestner walking his way to the far side. Iltz and now Kestner, 3 is up, no good. Haven't had a 3 go down yet tonight. As Copeland comes up the near sideline. Copeland out to Carnes. Carnes traveled. Made that extra step. The turnover brings it back to Central. There come the Cyclones. I thought they'd backed off the pressure a little bit. Kind of a token pressure by Copeland as Holman brings it up to Cranberg. Cranberg, watched by Shipman, gets a pick from Iltz and gives it to Shipman. Iltz slipping around him, and they're going to get the bump. The bump and the trip by Shipman. And that's going to be Central ball out of bounds. They've got a box offensive set up here. As Cranberg will look to bring it in. Waits, holds to Kestner. Kestner on the dribble drive, looping up the Euro step, puts it in and good. And we're tied once again. 10-10 tie here in this first quarter. Copeland eyed the 3, pulled it down, passes to Beck. And Beck will dribble it over, give it to Carnes. Carnes traveled once again, drug those feet. And so Central with a chance to jump into the advantage. Been a lightning quick first half of play so far. Holman has his pass tapped out of bounds by Copeland. We'll have a substitution. Mason Shipman will make his Mason Whitman will make his first appearance tonight. Tyson Carnes goes out. Pass in the corner, and Iltz up to Cranberg. He'll pop up the three, no good, off the back of the rim. Iltz swoops in to get it, puts the Panthers in the lead. Panthers in the lead now. Back come the Cyclones, up to Lacey. Lacey a fake, and traveled. Kason Rogers will come back in, and also her first appearance tonight from Knox Burton. Burton, number 14 for the Panthers. 12-10, 4:16 mark. Clock rolling here in this second quarter. As Homan will bring it down, comes to Cranberg. He'll give a look and hold. Iltz cut him off. Now they load him back in the post. Working on Shipman, slides underneath. Can't get the shot to go, and Rogers swoops in to grab the board. Off with the dribble comes Copeland. Copeland looking in to try to get a screen from Shipman. Comes down to Beck, gives a look, pulls it back here. Trying to run a couple back cuts here. Now to Beck, he'll toe up the long three, no good. And Shipman down with the board. He'll spin, put it up and in. Gannon Shipman has been huge tonight. 12-12 tied up here. Holman wheels back toward the near side, nearly had it poked away, got it back, dumps down for Iltz, and Panthers reclaim the advantage at 14-12. Whitman up the court to, and yep, that is a backcourt violation. And what people don't realize, when Gannon Shipman jumped into the front court, that is a violation, as his feet had taken off from the backcourt. Cranberg will bring it in, lobs it in for Foss. He'll drive on Beck, pull it out, and he traveled. Just could not get those feet set, kind of turned them around. 14-12 lead here for the Panthers. 3:15 left to go, second quarter. Whitman looking out there to Shipman, over to Copeland. Copeland driving lane, goes up. Yes, and it counts. Nice take by Copeland. And now Copeland will set himself at the free throw line. Copeland free throws good. So the Cyclones reclaim the advantage at 15-14. 3 minutes left to go here. Second quarter of play. Homan working up. And his pass tapped out of bounds. And yes, indeed, Chris Dewar is in attendance tonight. You can see all the highlights. Isles trying to get under the basket, couldn't get it. Up to Copeland it comes on the block, and good defense from Rogers to Whitman. Tried to get it to Beck, stolen by Cranberg. Whitman giving him chase, whips it to Homan, blocked by Beck, out of bounds. And it will be Central basketball. Coach Mick Gooding wondering if there was a little bit of pass interference. Is the most Super Bowl-ish comparison I can make. Iltz into Homan, Homan up to Kessner. He'll put it on the bounce, try to get away, and Copeland able to pick it up and take it away. Copeland in the lane, basket's good. 17-14, the Cyclones lead it here by 3. It's been a game of runs here. Homan working, coming to the far side to Cranberg. Looking in at Iltz, working hard against Rogers. He and Rogers being awfully physical. Down in the post. Up to Homan, watching Cranberg go. Passes down to Foss in the corner. He'll put the three up. Got it! Sports corner three for the Panthers. And we're tied at 17. Whitman with it, back to Shipman. Shipman up to Beck. And the Cyclones will break pressure here. Minute 55 left to go in this first half. 17-17 tie. Gets picked from Rogers to Whitman in the corner. Quickly back to Beck. And Beck going to have his pocket picked. Homan has it. Off to Foss. And now Central will get a chance to jump back into lead. Cranberg in the deep corner. Kestner will try to dribble his way in, lays it up, lays it in. And now Beck coming up the court, lost the handle on it. Cranberg comes out of there with it as a 2-on-4 and gets fouled as he meant to take it away. So the Panthers will get a chance to up the lead. Carnes coming in. He'll replace Ivan Beck for the Cyclones. Ielts will bring it in on a box offensive set from the out of bounds. A lot of switching around there by the Cyclones. Ielts looking in, looking in, looking in, looking in. Lobs it deep. Kestner able to grab it in to Holman in the corner. Three's up, no good. Shipman snaps up the board. And now Copeland gonna take off, bothered by Holman in the backcourt to Carnes. Carnes waiting for a screen from Rogers, over to Whitman. Whitman cuts the corner out to Copeland, 3 on the way, no good. And the rebound batted around, Shipman with it. To Copeland again, 3, good this time. Sports corner 3. Makes it a 20-19 advantage for the Cyclones. These two combatants throwing haymakers back and forth. Cranberg holds, gets a pick from Ielts. Not gonna load him in the post. He'll try to cut underneath, trying to get a step. Rogers tapped it away, 30 seconds left in the half. Down to 27, Ielts to Cranberg. Cranberg gonna go to work. As Shipman and Rogers watching there, out to Kestner. Kestner to Foss. Wheels around, comes over to Cranberg. Trying to set up Ielts. Now Cranberg pops 3, got it! And we've got a foul whistled on Kaysen Rogers. And actually, I'll back up on that, folks. We had a warning issued. As now Shipman will come up with it. Over to Whitman. Whitman to Shipman. Out to Carnes. Carnes to Copeland. He'll toe up a 3. And can't get it as the buzzer goes as we head to halftime. We've got a good one brewing here. 22-20 is the lead for the Panthers as we head into the halftime. We'll step aside here for just a little bit. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back. I'm here with Emily Alden now. And Emily, patient advocate, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
That sounds like a title that encompasses a whole lot. Let's first put it in simple words if you can, and then we'll kind of go in depth with it a little bit.
Yes, as the patient advocate, there is a lot to do in the role, but it's a fantastic opportunity. So generally speaking, I will help patients. I will talk about the service that they have here and just in general measure the patient experience for the entire organization.
Well, speaking of knowing the entire organization, kind of the theme has been everybody knows everybody at MDH because you're a smaller rural hospital, even though MDH offers a lot. You literally have to probably know everybody or most everybody because you need to know what each thing's going to happen if that patient's dealing with it. Yes,
that's very true. When I first stepped into the role about a year ago, it was really an interesting and fantastic opportunity to get to know all of the departments, how they work together and individually, and just to see the well-oiled machine.
Well, patient care, obviously, at a hospital is key. You're a key part of that. What is it about patient care at MDH that makes MDH special?
Service excellence internally to provide the best patient care is top of mind here for all of our staff across every single level, every single department, and the organization as a whole. It's a big focus. So we make sure that we take care of our patients and that they have the best experience possible. We're very open to feedback. We always want to improve in areas that we can improve. So we always have open ears. We always appreciate the feedback that we receive.
You are working with all departments. And when a patient comes in, let's say they come into the ER and then they come to ICU and then they go to the floor, your job kind of is to let the patients know what you can do, right? Or what you offer, or what they can do. Am I missing that? Is that correct?
Yes, actually, our case management department is instrumental with that side of things. Every once in a while, I'll step in and just check in on patients, see how their experience overall is going, to collect that feedback and see if we can implement any changes to make it even better.
So you deal with patients in so many different departments, and really they can go all the way from getting here in the ER to physical therapy on the way out, right?
Yes, absolutely. So MDH has a lot to offer our patients. So while you're here, if you're just running in for some outpatient tests, whether it's lab work or visiting our radiology department, convenience clinic, visiting your primary care provider over at MDH Family Clinic, emergency room, labor and delivery, there's so many different departments that work so well together, and our team is a family. The organization in itself is a family. And so everybody does a great job at trying to understand what departments do that aren't their own, so that way we can make it a seamless experience for our patients.
Well, and then as a patient advocate, right, you just kind of all that together and look at it, right, and then see as patient A comes through, what can we do to make patient B, who might follow them, a little bit better next time?
Absolutely.
So as you do that, what kind of things do you look for? I mean, what I would imagine with MDH as it continues to improve, you start looking for smaller things, right? So the obvious things are maybe gone. So then you start looking at little things to make the sometimes the worst experience of their life, right, a little bit better as they work through.
Yes, most definitely. So you never know what kind of day somebody's having when they walk through our doors, and you don't know what they're necessarily here for. So it's important to keep an open mind and take a look at what can we ask them that's specific to their experience. Why are they here? Comfort them and make sure that we ask the right questions so that we can purposefully pull out information that we can work on.
Yeah, and I think we've talked a lot about different things from different people. You're, besides Bill, the CEO, you're the one person that kind of helps with, like, get your hands in a little bit of everything as far as the patient is concerned. Everybody's talked about it being a family, and you've even mentioned it being a family. Does the fact that everybody knows everybody as far as employees, from the CEO down to the CNAs, does that kind of make your job a little bit easier?
Absolutely. When you're a family, you care about each other, and we are all here for one purpose, and that is to provide the best experience for our patients that we possibly can. So when you are a tight-knit family, it's just great to be, we're a community, a family, a community, and we are here to serve our patients. And when everybody has that one purpose, it's a great feeling.
Well, Emily, I appreciate you stopping and talking to us, and keep fighting for the patients.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
We'll be back after this.
And welcome back here. We are at the half, about 4 minutes from the second half of play. Glad you're alongside for TSSR Game Time live here. Good game by the two teams. Pretty evenly matched all the way along so far. And again, want to thank you for being with us this season. This is a special presentation of TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. And we'll be back with the second half in just a little bit. Want to thank our very fine sponsors on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
The KitchenAid fan-enabled Pro Dry system combines a heating element and fan for optimal drying performance. It circulates hot air around dishes to give them a thorough dry. Choose the extended Pro Dry option to add an extra 15 minutes of heated drying for loads that need it. Dishes come out dry and sparkling, ready for more enjoying.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And don't forget, coming up will be the girls' postseason. I know there is a game here on Saturday, and I'm sure you'll see a lot of our area teams getting into postseason play. And I want to wish all of our area teams good luck in the postseason. And the boys not too far after as we round into the February frenzy ahead of March Madness. And 22-20 is our score here as we head to the third quarter of play. And I will apologize, the old broadcaster guy once in a while is a little slow changing things on the scoreboard. As we are in the third quarter of play here, 22-20, Panthers lead it over West Prairie. A late three by Cranberg, putting them up by 2. As we go to work, and again, glad you're alongside. Let us know in the chat where you're listening to us from. I saw one famous name in there, one Mr. Merv Joseph. I do remember you well, sir. And he said, go Panthers. Had a couple folks saying, go Cyclones. And, of course, you can check out all the highlights tonight on KHQ8. Mr. Chris Dewar catching it all here. And now let's get the lineups for you as the Cyclones have it. Ivan Beck, number 12. Number 2, Holden Copeland. Number 15, Gannon Shipman. 13, Cason Rogers with the ball. And Tyson Carnes on the far side wing. Rogers trying to back his way in. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Kessner with the rebound. And that is Braxton Kessner wheeling it over to Wes Homan. Now for Cale Cranberg, looking at Kessner go through. And on the other side, Eli Foss, number 11, and number 20 with the ball, Noah Iltz. He'll go up, miss it, and back out of there with the rebound. Ivan Beck at the throttle. 22-20 lead here, just underway, 5:20, clock rolling in the third quarter. As they bring it to Carnes. Carnes in the lane, has that one batted away. He was looking for Holden Copeland. But I got to give credit, Wes Homan did a fantastic job getting in front. And now the Cyclones bring it in. Carnes looking to trigger. And finally has to go all the way out to Copeland, over to Beck. Beck puts it on the floor, comes back to Copeland. Copeland down to Rogers. Rogers up to Beck. Trying to get Copeland in the corner. Copeland back as his pass stolen away by Iltz, and now they'll come back the other way. Panthers with a chance to add on to their lead. Kessner working out top, kind of filling that role of the mobile big man anymore. Positionless basketball is the name of the game. Iltz puts it on the floor against Carnes, passes for Cranberg. And now Holman slides through up top. Kessner will eye up the three, rattled out. And Beck, a nice job to jump up for that one. And they'll come back the other way. 4.5-minute mark of the third quarter. The Cyclones pick from Rogers. Beck going lane, goes up. And not sure, I think partially blocked by Kessner. I'll give him credit for it anyway. Carnes looking to Copeland. Copeland up to get Shipman quickly. To Copeland, he'll look to wheel and deal. Nice job by Homan on the recovery. Man on man, kept on by Central. Beck wanted the 15-footer. Nice cutoff by Cranberg. And they'll wheel it to Carnes in the far corner. Working around there. Beck, a nice backdoor cut, goes up, got it. Yes! And it counts. (22-22) tie, and we'll see if the Cyclones can break the tie here. as Beck sets himself at the free throw line. Shot no good, and the rebound pulled down. And did want to say a very special you're welcome to SJ. Yep, glad to be here and cover it. As Kessner with a hold, passes over for Cranberg. He'll spot the quick three. Little hard off the right side of the rim, and it'll bounce out of bounds and go over to the Cyclones. I thought Foss might try to bring it back. Carnes looking to trigger into Rogers. Rogers holds it above his head. Now to Copeland. Copeland on the bounce. Here he'll come. Passes off for Beck. 3:37. Clock moving here in the third quarter. 22-22 tie. Been a lot tighter than the Super Bowl was. And more exciting, to be honest. Down for Rogers in the corner. Double teamed up to Beck. And the Cyclones just weaving it around. Now they'll bring it out. Rogers gives the pick, and then out to Carnes. You can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get a rub off on the screen, maybe a backdoor cut. Carnes loses the handle on. Nice dive by Homan, and we're gonna have a timeout called. Wasn't sure whether it's gonna be a foul or a timeout. We'll step aside at 3:04 left to go in the third. 22-22 tie on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Back here, and did want to say hello to Mr. Foss, listening over in Lincoln, Illinois, as we are worldwide here tonight. And Kessner going to dribble it down, goes up with it, got it, yes, and it counts. Kessner powering his way in, and Panthers take a 2-point lead at this point, as they'll settle themselves in here. At the free throw line, Kessner going to try to put the Panthers up by 3. Bounces around, found a home and good. 25-22. Carnes into Beck. Nearly lost it back to Carnes. High looping pass, dangerous. And that one as well, nearly tipped away by Cranberg. Copeland gathers it in. Sets it out. Carnes 3, no good. Rebound tip, Ielts. And we're going to have a foul called on that one. Say he got a little too close on it. That foul will be on Rogers. We'll see, that's probably got to get a changing of the lineup as Aiden Lacey will come in. Bring the inbounds here. Holman to Ielts, back to Holman. Walking up here, 2.5 left to go here in the third quarter, 25-22. Holman nearly has a pick, got it back, fight for it, and we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow will say Central. Cranberg going to trigger in, box offensive set. Into Holman. Holman reset his feet. Is yes, Sports Corner 3. Down and good, and the Panthers take their largest lead at 6, 28-22. Cyclones have led by 6 as well. Whitman across the timeline over to Copeland. Copeland down to Beck. Beck looking for a hole on the baseline. Got trapped in there to Copeland. He'll set himself. 3 is up. Good! Sports Corner 3 drops in, makes it 28-25. Under the 2-minute mark of this third quarter, Copeland taps it away. Lacey picks it up, goes up, and traveled with it. Just another extra step or two there. And we do want to thank folks like MTC Communications bringing you this tonight. MTC Communications supplying fiber internet to McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. Minute 45, clock moves, 28-25 lead here. Holman bobbled for a second, trying to get it back as he works around Copeland, passes to Cranberg. Waits for Kessner to come get it. Snaps his hand together and on top of it. Spins to the paint, goes up, and has it tapped away by Shipman. This game stream made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. Buffering means suffering. Kick slow Wi-Fi to the curb and get MTC Fiber, mtcfiber.net. The three from Kessner is no good. Whitman down with the rebound. And a big rebound there for the Cyclones as they'll set it up here. Passes for Beck, and Beck sets it on the near side. 1-3-1 zone now put on by the Panthers. Quickly to Copeland, trying to get maybe a little pressure without having to expend so much. They tried to bounce it in. Gue get it into Shipman. Shipman fouled on the way in there. Your farm is your legacy as the leading farm insurer, Country Financial. Here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. Case and Rogers will check in as Shipman will try to inch the Cyclones a little closer. First one's good. And I'm going to tell you, I've watched a lot of high school basketball this year. This is about as good end-to-end as it's been. And now Shipman will set himself for number two. It is on the way. It is no good. Hard off the back of the rim. Tipped and pulled down there by number 25, Tanner Wisely. Cranberg with it now to Wisely. Wisely in the corner as Rogers jumps at him. Gets a screen. Up to Kessner. Over to. They'll work it over for Foss. Kessner wheeling around there. Out to Cranberg. Three is up. No good. Rebound. Copeland down with it. Kessner nearly poked it away, and now they'll take off up the court. Copeland looking for a place to move. Dumps it down for Lacey. Lacey lost a handle on it. Back to Copeland. And he bobbled it down in the corner. Beck, three on the way. No good in the rebound. Aiden Lacey down with it. He'll bring it out to Copeland. Copeland looking for some room here. 10 seconds and counting. Copeland in the corner. Up to Shipman. Back to Copeland. Reverse screen. 7 seconds. 6. Copeland. Three on the way. No good. And the rebound. Cranberg down with it. And that's going to end the third quarter of play. We got a good one. 28-26. The Panthers leading here. We head to the fourth quarter. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented to you by MDH.
Since 1958, McDonough District Hospital has proudly served the residents of West Central Illinois. We've built new facilities, hired highly trained, experienced, and caring medical staff members, and expanded our service offerings to meet your healthcare needs, all while providing the best possible patient experience. Let us show you why McDonough District Hospital is your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
And back here as you get a look at these Central cheerleaders showing a little school spirit here. One of these teams 6 minutes away from the IESA 8-2A state tournament. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ride and Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched. Give them a call at 309-772-3121. Pawn Plus, proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. They're open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Great selection of jewelry located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb. Pawn Plus. And now that I've paid the bills, back to the fourth quarter. On the floor for the Cyclones, Gannon Shipman, Holden Copeland, Ivan Beck, Aiden Lacey, and Kason Rogers. A steal by Cranberg. Tapped out of bounds by Gannon Shipman, and that gives me a chance. Thank you, Mr. Shipman, and I'll get the lineup set here. It is Braxton at Kessner, Wes Holman and Noah Iltz, Cale Cranberg and Eli Foss for the Central Panthers. Into Kessner, and Rogers draped all over him. Kessner kicking out. Shot is on the way by Iltz, a little hard off the rim, and Aiden Lacey down there with it. Picks up his dribble, waits for somebody to come, bounces to Shipman, Shipman to Copeland. And now we set here, 5:15, clock moving. 1-3-1 zone put on here. You attack the zone and the points at the baseline. And got to get that zone moving back and forth. Lacey trying to thread his way through, up to Beck. Beck 3 on the way, no good, and the rebound tipped. Kessner able to keep a handle on it. Wings it out to Cranberg on the pass, and he's going to take off up the court, lays it up, no good. And Lacey down with the board. Coach Jeff Copeland telling his son Holden, hey, and they're going to whistle an offensive foul. They said Holden Copeland backing into Holman, knocked him over. 4:40 now left here, a 2-point lead. The Panthers clawing on to a 2-point lead. You knew I had to work the claw thing in there somewhere. Out to Cranberg. Cranberg spots 3, high arcing 3, meets nothing. And so it'll come back to the Cyclones. Shipman ready to trigger. Bounces into Beck. Beck double team. Up to Shipman. Shipman's just going to walk it up now. And what they're trying to do, you can see central strategy, keep it out of Beck and Copeland's hands. And Shipman traveled as Copeland started to cut. And now Whitman will come in. Mason Whitman in. 4:15 in a junior high ball game, a world of time. Holman looking to come across half court, gives it over on the near side, working for Kessner. Kessner, a fake coming baseline, shot is up, won't go, got his own rebound, put it up, can't get it to go, but a foul. Kessner climbing high among the trees. Fouls on Gannon Shipman. This is his third. Kessner free throws good. 29-26, 3-point advantage now. 6 has been their largest. 6 has been about the largest to separate these two teams all the way along. Second one, got it. 30-26, 4-point lead for the Panthers. We go under the 4-minute mark. Cyclones hit a little bit of a dry spell here, and this Camp Point Central zone defense has done its job. Pass tipped out of bounds by Whitman. It'll go over to the Panthers. And the last 2 times down the court, Cyclones have had a little trouble. Turned it over twice. And now here comes Holman. They could open it back up to 6. Passes for Cranberg and cuts it through. Ielt's going to set a pick for him. He'll go baseline on Shipman. Cut off. Back to Ielts. He has a lot of room in the middle. Puts it up and it rolls home. A burst here. 32-26 now. Panthers leading. 3.5 left to go in this ball game. Beck over to Whitman. Whitman holds above his head. Back to Beck. Beck looking for some room, out to Whitman. He'll toe up the 3. Got it! Sports corner 3. Huge shot there by Mason Whitman. And the lead is down to 3 for the Panthers. Holman right up the far side, right in the lane, missed the lay-in, and Beck's down with it. Cyclones do not need the 3 here. If it's open, you got it. A 2 works as well, and that one thrown away. Cranberg able to pick it away, and Copeland able to steal it right back. Whitman out of there, up to Copeland. Quickly to Beck. Beck looking for somewhere in the lane. Nearly threw it away again. Cyclones been a little loosey-goosey with the handle here in this quarter. It's 32-29. Inbounds to Copeland. 2.5. And counting here. Again, we got a world of time left. If any NBA game or college game will tell you, we got a world of time. Mason Whitman, dribble in lane, passes out to Beck, and Beck will put it on the bounce, swing it to Copeland. Down to Shipman, Shipman for Beck. Beck, down to Copeland. Copeland looking to wheel it in, now out to Beck. And Copeland wanting Beck to take that three. Rogers got to do something with it. Gets it to Copeland. Copeland, they're going to say on the floor, a foul. We'll see who that's on. And that'll be on Holman. Whitman will trigger it in. Need some help now. In for Shipman. Shipman out for Whitman, and Whitman will run the point now. Looks over at Copeland. Back to Whitman, over to Beck. Doing a little slide and cut now top. Rogers holds it above his head to Whitman. Minute 45 left to Shipman, bouncing to Rogers. Rogers giving a look. Had Whitman for a moment. And then a foul on Kessner. That is only their second. So 2 more to give. And we'll see here as Cyclones will bring it inbounds. Lob into the backcourt. Copeland picks it up. Brings it on the bounce. A low one for set as Copeland tries to cut lane. Goes up. Fouled as he goes. Almost got that to slide in, and now he'll be up at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul is on Holman, and that is his third. Copeland at the free throw line. He'll shoot the pair. First one, got it. 32-30. Second one rolls home. We got a 1-point ball game, and the Cyclones will lock on pressure. Iltz into Cranberg. Cranberg working it up, and now they'll set it up here. Minute and a half left to go here. Cyclones looking to play D. Kessner looking to find their way to the hole. Shoot shot, got it to go. Big time bucket for Mr. Kessner. Step up to the table. Here we go, a minute 10 left to go. Copeland up quickly. Tried to bounce to Shipman, knocked out of bounds by Cranberg. 34-31 lead. And we've got a timeout called by the Cyclones. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Coming in for whether it's OB or just your women's health can be a very scary, kind of daunting experience. So it's nice that we have this welcoming, state-of-the-art space to bring our patients into. I think the best part of my job is being able to take care of women and just make them feel empowered and know that we're here for them, that their problems are real, that their concerns are real, and we just want to give them the best care possible. Nothing makes me feel better than when my patients tell me this is the most comfortable they've ever felt at a women's health exam.
And again, all of you, thank you for tuning into this and all the way down in Florida. Hey, glad you're tuning in here tonight. It has been a bowl game worth it. Thank you very much again for being here. A minute 8 left to go here. Possession arrow is in favor of Central. Central has a foul to give. Cyclones have 2. That could factor in big later. Inbounds to Beck, to Whitman, back to Beck. Beck to Copeland. They're doubling him. Copeland coming around a couple screens. In the corner to Beck. Beck to Whitman. 3 is up and good. We're tied. Sports Corner 3. And here we go. Under a minute, 40 seconds. Locking the defense on. We'll see if the Panthers go for one. Iltz getting a pick for Cranberg. Up to Kessner. Kessner dribbling the far side. Passes to Holman, trying to get down in there. Holman in the lane. Goes up. Traveled. Skidded that foot. And we've got a timeout called by Central. Oh, baby. We got a big finish coming here, 34-34. Tied right here on TSSR Game Time Live. We are presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Well, here's the situation for you folks. Possession arrow on the tie-up is in favor of the Panthers. The Cyclones have 2 fouls to give, and the Panthers have 1 foul to give if the situation necessitates it. Panthers with 2 timeouts, Cyclones with 4. Whitman brings it into Beck, and we'll see if Jeff Copeland goes for 1 shot. Over to Whitman. Whitman for Beck. Beck for Whitman, and Jeff Copeland will take a timeout. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Sometimes the best healing happens at home. MDH Home Health Care provides skilled services to children or adults in need of nursing or therapy services. MDH Home Health Care covers McDonough County and portions of Fulton, Hancock, Schuyler, and Warren counties. Specialized expertise in wound care, IV medication administration, medication teaching, and orthopedic care is available to patients in their own home. Visit MDH.org to learn more about home health care. The care you need, the comfort of home.
My goodness, this has been a good one here tonight. And if you're Coach Mick Gooding, the big thing you're saying is play defense, do not foul. I would guess that you're going to try to keep Holden Copeland out of the lane, or Beck as well. And most likely make Shipman or Rogers or Whitman beat you. Holman locked up tight. They've broken out of that 1-3-1 zone. Panthers putting on pressure here. Holman's got Copeland. Now over to Beck on the pass. Copeland holding it out. 13 with 10. Over to Shipman. Shipman holding it above his head. He'll dribble. And Copeland will take another timeout. 7.4 seconds left to go here. And again, if you are Coach Mick Gooding and you tell your guys, if anybody gets away, don't let them shoot. We've got a couple fouls to give. If it looks like a breakaway, get them before the shot. Or foul on a quick inbounds, make them burn a little bit and go to the overtime period. For Central, you can't let anything go to the bucket. If you shoot a contested 3 and they make it, you tip your hat and you say congratulations. High drama here at West Prairie. Glad all of you are alongside here. A whole bushel and peck of you listening in. And it comes to this, 7.4 seconds left to go in regulation. As Whitman will bring it inbounds from the near sideline. Again, possession arrow goes the way of Central. A lot of fans up and on their feet. As pass, looking. Over to Rogers. Rogers in the lane. Shot no good. And Ilt's out of there with it. Panthers get a timeout. Rogers pumped the shot just a little bit short. And now, let's see. I wanted to stop and see where the Panthers are going to have the basketball. They will have it on the far sideline. And Coach Mick Gooding talking to him in the huddle. You may hope for it may be a heave and hope. And the Cyclones had an open shot. Kason Rogers took a good shot there, just didn't quite get it to roll home. So here we go. Again, high drama. 3.1 seconds left to go. Ladies and gentlemen, strap on your seat belts. 34-34, 3.1 seconds left to go. If you're in Coach Copeland's head, you might try to foul on the inbounds. If they get on a dribble, Cranberg will trigger it in, out to Kestner. Kestner with a dribble, fires 3, Got it at the buzzer! Banks it home! Central will take the win on a bank shot at the buzzer. Oh, goodness! The bank was open. And you know that's going to be on a sensational 7, folks. What a shot, about a 28-footer to bank it home. Give a big round of applause to both these teams. I'm going to step aside for just a second here. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention. Before we begin the plaque presentation, we would like to first recognize the athletes who displayed an outstanding sportsmanship during this sectional tournament. One of the best games, high school, junior high, or whatever, for both teams here tonight. Please give them a hand. And now we will honor 2 young men that displayed the following characteristics: showing a positive attitude toward teammates, officials, and opponents, giving the best effort on the field, does not argue calls, and respectful to officials, displays positive body language at all times, helps elevate the play and behavior of their teammates and peers. And if they would, as their name is announced, please step forward to accept your sportsmanship pin. First of all, for in this Class 2A sectional will be from the West Prairie Cyclones, number 15, Gannon Shipman. And from the Camp Point Central Panthers, number 20, Noah Iles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the playing area for the presentation of the 2025 IESA Class 8-2A Boys Basketball Tournament Sectional Plaque. First of all, we would like to welcome or recognize both teams for a great ball game here tonight. First of all, to the West Prairie Cyclones, who end their season with a record of 22-5. And now, let's meet the Camp Point Central Panthers, who are the champions of the 2025 Sectional with a record of 21 wins and 4 losses. Congratulations to the Panthers. Everyone, drive home safely. And ladies and gentlemen, no shame in any of this here tonight, as these 2 teams played their hearts out this evening. And what a ball game end to end here for the 2 teams here tonight. I've got to say congratulations to the Cyclones and congratulations to the Camp Point Central Panthers. What an evening for them here tonight. And they will head on to the state tournament. Again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning us in. Thanks for turning us on. This has been TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.